Welcome back. Now, previously you saw this man, Mr. Carl, not being allowed to speak. He can kind of ride a bit though. I think we've kind of.
I don't know, Don. You guys caught me by surprise of putting on a go-kart track, and B, maybe I got a little upside down, but it's okay.
He sort of did spin out once, but it wasn't on camera. Sadly, we asked him to do it again, and for some weird reason he wouldn't.
Yeah, no, look, the parts department asked me to stop, so we'll leave it at that. Thanks, Dean.
Listen, okay, now we're doing the interview. You are allowed to speak. Welcome back. We previously had your GX and a lot of fun, and that seems to be getting more and more popular, the whole GX, the sport touring, you know. As we showed, you kind of got a bit of everything there, do a bit of everything.
Well, the advantage, Don, is you've got an upright position where you can ride on a day-to-day basis, enjoy, go on long trips and everything. And if you want to be a little bit of a hooligan and get a little bit sideways,
just don't do a pirouette like
don't do what I do.
That. But okay, we are though going to speak about these. They're called Superbikes. You might remember them. They used to be a really big thing, but they do in fact still exist. They are in fact very, very cool. This is a GSXR1000.
Yes.
In some countries they're not allowed to sell them because they're not free countries, but South Africa is surprisingly a free country.
Yeah, Don, we often get asked, what's happening to the GSXR1000? Are you still making? Yes, we're still manufacturing them. They're still for sale. They come in and get to dealers, and from dealers they disappear. They're going out quite quickly. So we've still got A models available. We've got R models available, as well as the 750.
Yes,
so we've
750.
got 750. But
wow!
We have still got them.
Holy cow! What an iconic little motorcycle. Okay, now GSXR1000. It is a bit older now. I mean, I remember when we first rode it, and we were absolutely blown away. But I mean, the superbike, kind of the road superbike market hasn't changed that much. This bike is still an excellent motorcycle. It still performs very much up there with the more, shall we say, more recent bikes.
Look, I think that at the end of the day, if it ain't broken, don't fix it.
It is a lovely way to look at it.
We've seen it succeed so many times, World Endurance Racing and everything like that.
Yes.
So it is still there. The CERT team is still using it.
I've seen in various domestic, they don't do World Superbikes anymore, but in many of the domestic championships overseas, their national championships, there's Suzuki's up there running up front.
100%, along with this and our 8Rs. So that's also another growing thing.
Exactly. Now, okay, here's something that this bike does have that is quite something over every other new superbike you can get these days, and that is the price. Actually, when you told me this, I couldn't quite believe it. So go on then, ladies and gentlemen, how much is this motorcycle?
So the A is currently retailing at 318,950.
318. Now that's this one. It hasn't got quite the sort of tricker suspension and that, but it's still proper.
Some of us at the office prefer this to the R, but a lot of the guys prefer the R to this.
So 318, how much is the R?
The R is 319,950. So for an extra 1,000 rand, you've got yourself the top of the range,
But now hang on, okay, I mean, there is another superbike in standard trim. It's 250,000 rand more expensive than this thing. And I know some of the other, I'm not going to mention their names in this one, but some of the other manufacturers that, shall we say, bring out, update their bikes more often. They really are. Some of them are 200,000 rand more than that. How does Suzuki do it? They always seem to do these ridiculous prices when everybody else can't.
Look, at the end of the day, I think Mr. Baker himself, he plays clever with those sums, and ultimately he gets it right. And at the end of the day, we want bums in seats. And to have bums in seats, we have to have the right pricing. A lot of us as manufacturers and distributors in South Africa, a lot of us are still motorcyclists running a motorcycle division. And that's the most important part, because we understand what motorcycles do to a person who buys it. It's an affair of the heart, and that's the most important part.
Exactly. Now, speaking of more fun on motorcycles and bum in seats, you guys have Suzuki Weekend Away. It's quite some distance from now, but it's closing in quickly.
Yeah, so Suzuki Weekend Away, we've finalized the dates. It will be in July. 4, 5, 6th of July. So keep
Numbi Hotel again.
Numbi Hotel, we won't change. And again, another weekend of fun games, activities. And the thing, Donovan, it's not only for Suzuki owners, it's for everybody. If you ride a motorcycle, come join us. We've got a couple of the Jimny 4x4 guys that come to join us. You got a Jimny? Come have a look. Come have some fun.
I like it.
So keep an eye out on our Facebook page. It will be also distributed to a lot of the South African motorcycle media. So just keep an eye out and go from there. We'll do something on the bike show coming forward as well, put an ad out there. I've got some videos so we can make a nice clip about it, and come join us, come have some fun.
It's going to be fantastic. So there we go, Carl. Thank you very much for being our crash test dummy.
Thanks,
and for
Don.
telling us about this motorcycle. GSXR1000, it's still out there, and Suzuki weekend away on the 4th of July.